Hello everyone, welcome to our whimsical journey through Nara. We're about to embark on a whirlwind adventure, exploring the top 10 must-see spots in this charming Japanese city. From ancient temples to mischievous deer, delicious food to fascinating culture, Nara has something for everyone. Now, I know what you're thinking. Another travel vlog? Haven't I seen it all? But trust me on this one, folks. This ain't your average travelogue. We're going to be diving deep into Nara's history, sampling its culinary delights, and maybe even making a few furry friends along the way. Get ready to explore Nara like never before, with laughs along the way. Because let's be honest, what's a trip to Japan without a few awkward encounters and cultural misunderstandings? First stop on our Nara escapade, Todai-ji Temple, home to one of the most impressive sights you'll ever lay eyes on, a giant bronze Buddha statue. Seriously massive, people. Bigger than a double-decker bus, taller than a giraffe wearing a top hat. But trust me, this temple is anything but dull. Centuries-old secrets, whispered tales of emperors and shoguns. The air is thick with incense, monks are chanting. It was a big deal back then, and it's still a big deal now. Next up on our Nara adventure, we're heading to a place where the deer roam free, the snacks are plentiful, and the photo opportunities are endless. It's Nara Park. First things first, let's talk about the stars of the show, the deer. These aren't your average run-of-the-mill deer, oh no. These furry fellas are practically celebrities. They're roaming around like they own the place, and frankly, they kind of do. They're not afraid to approach you for a snack or a head scratch, or maybe even to try and steal your wallet. Speaking of snacks, you can't come to Nara Park without trying the famous deer crackers. These little treats are like crack for deer, and trust me, the deer know it. One whiff of these bad boys and they'll be swarming you like you're a walking vending machine. Just be careful not to run out, or you might find yourself on the wrong end of a very polite but persistent antler nudge. But Nara Park isn't just about the deer, it's also about the people watching. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to enter a world of lanterns, legends, and maybe even a little deer mischief as we venture into Kasuga Taisha, one of Nara's most enchanting shrines. Now, I've always been a sucker for a good lantern festival, and let me tell you, Kasuga Taisha does not disappoint. We're talking thousands of stone and bronze lanterns, lining the pathways, illuminating the forest, and creating an atmosphere that's nothing short of magical. It's like stepping into a fairy tale. Only instead of fairies, you've got, well, deer. Lots and lots of deer. But Kasuga Taisha isn't just about pretty lights, oh no. This shrine is steeped in history, dating back over 1,300 years. Get ready for a healthy dose of history, architecture, and maybe even a few goosebumps as we delve into the fascinating world of Kofuku-Ji Temple. Now, this isn't your average run-of-the-mill temple, oh no. Kofuku-Ji is like the granddaddy of them all, with a history dating back over 1,300 years. We're talking emperors, shoguns, political intrigue, it's got it all. But let's be honest, folks, we're not just here for a history lesson, are we? We're here for the eye candy. And trust me, Kofuku-Ji delivers on that front. First up, we've got the 5-story pagoda, standing tall and proud like a beacon of ancient wisdom. This thing is seriously impressive, folks. It's like the Eiffel Tower of Nara, only instead of steel and rivets, it's made entirely of wood. And if that's not enough to get your architectural juices flowing, then wait till you see the Eastern Golden Hall. This place is a masterpiece of Buddhist art and architecture with intricate carvings, shimmering gold leaf, and a sense of tranquility that's hard to find in the modern world. Hold on to your taste buds, folks, because we're about to enter a world of culinary delights and traditional charm as we wander through the enchanting streets of Naramachi, Nara's beautifully preserved merchant district. Now, I'm a simple man with simple pleasures. Give me a cobbled street, a charming storefront, and the promise of delicious snacks, and I'm a happy camper. And let me tell you, Naramachi delivers on all fronts. We're talking narrow alleyways lined with traditional wooden houses, shops bursting with local crafts, and the aroma of freshly baked mochi wafting through the air. It's enough to make you want to pack your bags and move right in. Speaking of mochi, you can't come to Naramachi without trying this local delicacy. We're talking soft, chewy rice cakes, filled with sweet red bean paste, and dusted with a light coating of powdered sugar. It's like a little bite of heaven, and trust me, one is never enough. But Naramachi isn't just about satisfying your sweet tooth, oh no. This district is a treasure trove of traditional Japanese crafts. We're talking handmade pottery, delicate fans, intricate wood carvings. You name it, they've got it. Prepare to have your minds blown, folks, not by explosions or pyrotechnics, but by the sheer beauty and tranquility of Isuien Garden. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not usually one for gardens. I'd rather be exploring a bustling city street or trying some exotic delicacy. But Isuien Garden, well, it's different. It's the kind of place that makes you want to slow down, take a deep breath, and just appreciate the simple things in life. We're talking meticulously manicured lawns, serene ponds filled with colorful koi fish, and moss-covered stone lanterns that look like they've been plucked straight out of a fairy tale. Get ready to sip some tea, soak up some serenity, and maybe even learn a thing or two about Japanese culture as we step into the tranquil oasis that is Yoshikien Garden. Now, I'll admit, I'm not usually one for gardens. Give me a bustling market or a lively pub any day. But Yoshikien Garden, well, it's different. It's the kind of place that makes you want to slow down, smell the roses, and maybe even write a haiku or two. We're talking 3 distinct garden styles, each more beautiful than the last. First, we've got the pond garden with its picturesque bridges, cascading waterfalls, and colorful koi fish gliding effortlessly through the water. It's like something out of a Monet painting, only without all the impressionist brushstrokes. Next up, we've got the moss garden, a symphony in green, with velvety moss blanketing the ground, ancient trees reaching for the sky, and stone lanterns casting long, mysterious shadows. It's like stepping into a scene from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, only without all the gravity-defying fight scenes. Fasten your seatbelts, history buffs and architecture aficionados, because we're about to take a trip back in time to the heart of ancient Japan at Heijo Palace, the former imperial residence and the epicenter of Japanese power for over 70 years. Now, I know what you're thinking. A palace? James, isn't that a bit too stuffy, even for you? And normally I'd agree with you. Give me a good pub crawl over a palace tour any day. But Heijo Palace, well, it's different. It's not just a collection of dusty old buildings, it's a glimpse into a bygone era, a time when emperors ruled the land and elephants roamed the streets. Okay, maybe not elephants on the streets, but they did have elephants in the palace gardens, which is pretty darn close. Imagine, if you will, the year 710 AD. Nara is the capital of Japan, and Heijo Palace is the glittering jewel in its crown. We're talking sprawling wooden structures, grand audience halls, and gardens that would make Versailles blush. Calling all art lovers, history buffs, and parents looking for a bit of culture without the kid-induced meltdowns. Today, we're stepping into the hallowed halls of the Nara National Museum, home to a treasure trove of Buddhist art and artifacts that will make your jaw drop. Now, I know what you're thinking. A museum, James? Aren't those places just for stuffy academics and people who use words like juxtaposition in casual conversation? And normally, I'd agree with you. I'd rather be out exploring a bustling market or trying some local delicacy. But the Nara National Museum, well, it's different. It's the kind of place that makes you want to channel your inner Indiana Jones. Minus the whole stealing ancient artifacts thing, of course. We're talking exquisite Buddhist sculptures, intricate scrolls, and ancient pottery that will transport you back to a time when Nara was the center of the universe. And the best part? They actually encourage you to take photos. Well, of most of the exhibits anyway. Just don't go flashing your camera around the really old stuff or you might set off some ancient curse. Lace up your hiking boots, folks, and grab your selfie sticks, because we're about to embark on a journey to the summit of Mount Wakakusa, where breathtaking views and a fiery tradition await. Mount Wakakusa is different. It's the kind of place that makes you want to embrace your inner mountain goat, even if it means huffing and puffing your way to the top. The hike offers stunning panoramic views of Nara City below. The view from the top is worth every bead of sweat. The real highlight is the annual Wakakusa Yamayaki Festival, when the entire mountainside is set ablaze in a fiery spectacle. Well, folks, there you have it. Our whirlwind adventure through the enchanting city of Nara has come to an end. From ancient temples to mischievous deer, delicious mochi to breathtaking views, Nara has truly captured our hearts, and maybe a few of our deer crackers along the way. But don't just take my word for it. Come experience the magic of Nara for yourself. Wander through the serene gardens, marvel at the ancient architecture, and make some furry friends in the park. Just be sure to pack your sense of adventure, your appetite for delicious food, and maybe an extra pair of pants, just in case those deer get a little too friendly. Thanks for joining me on this hilarious and historical ride through Nara. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and laugh all the way to our next adventure.